Hello Hylians and welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. Today I'm going to be showing you a lot of stuff I've been doing for the past month here on Karok Isle. It's a lot of stuff, so prepare yourself, sit back and relax, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. One day, I was minding my business, walking around the island, when suddenly, I had a vision. I need this island to have a little more Legend of Zelda magic. So I played through Breath of the Wild a little bit, and I actually got some plans made for the island. But let's not get distracted. I want to show you the changes around the island first. So the first change is actually right here. I pushed back this cliff and I just expanded the entrance a little bit, and then I added these gyroids all around the island because they sort of look like the Karoks and I thought it was super cute. The next change I made was actually at the fairy fountain. I moved around the seashell music boxes and I added a few more magical-esque decorations like butterflies and mushrooms, and I'll probably be adding a lot more magical type of DIY recipes because I always lack in DIY recipes. I can just never find any new ones for some reason. But I'll be adding the new ones I get into the builds, and just know I'm always trying to make improvements to the island. The next thing I changed was the campsite. I didn't like the river, so I just made it into a pond and extended the path. Okay guys, I have a plan for the island. Well, sort of. I sort of just made a huge mess. Well, in my eyes, it's a plan that I can actually read, but to your eyes, it's just a huge mess. But don't worry, I have a way to decipher it. So the first thing I want is to have all of my favorite Breath of the Wild locations put into this island. I want the main thing to be the Karok Forest, of course. We're gonna have a huge area for it and everything, but we'll get to that later. Instead, what we're actually going to be decorating is the Nook's Cranny area, and I want this area to represent the stables from Breath of the Wild. So let's go ahead and get started. Guys, Nook's Cranny has finally upgraded. It is time to finally make a designated shop area. The first thing we gotta do is terraform this whole river all the way to the end of the river on the map. So I immediately got to work on terraforming. Honestly, I had a completely different vision for the Nook's Cranny. I really didn't know what to do at first. I was just going to do a little pond or something, but I ended up doing a lot more than that, actually. I ended up doing this whole twisty river, and I'm honestly really proud of it. I love how it turned out in every way. And right here you'll see why it took me so long to upload this video. I've been moving everyone's houses to the other side of the map so I could terraform this. But it also took me a while to get this bridge done because I was really poor in games, so I just decided to go ahead and start decorating the other side of the river, and I just love how this path turned out. After I was finally finished building the bridge, I decided to go and decorate the other side of the river. Now, I'm not going to show the decorating for the Nook's Cranny because I ended up changing it a lot and it's just a whole thing. So this is what I have on the Nook's Cranny done so far. I made a little pond on the left side of it and a little dirt pathway. I love the dirt pathway. I think it looks really nice here. And then I made this crafting area and just a filler area. I wasn't really sure what to put in this area, So I just put random items, but eventually I'll probably change it. But I just love how it looks so far. So now we're moving on to the back of Nook's Cranny. I started terraforming immediately a cliff because I knew I wanted something to be raised up behind there. I just didn't know what at first. I was thinking about having an orchid up there, but then I looked back at the picture of the stables and I noticed they have animal pens in the background. But instead of doing animal pens, why don't we do a farm since we have crops? So I went ahead and started making a few areas for the crops. And honestly, when I was building this, I could not stop picturing Hateno Village. I'm not sure why, I kind of based it off of it. I know I wanted the village to be on my island, but I'm not sure if I'll have enough room, to be honest. I will try to add in the Hateno lab though. I love that place and it needs to be added in. But I'm honestly glad I did a big area for the farm because there's so many crops in Animal Crossing that I didn't even know about. But now it is finally time to show you what I completed in this video. This took me so long to finish, I'm not even sure why. But now I can finally show you the beauty that I have made on this island. And it starts right over here with this river. So the first thing I did was lay down a path and then I made this little fishing area right here and I thought it looked perfect. I also replaced all of the fences with these cute little country fences and I think they look way more better than the log fences. The only thing I wish I could go back and add is more seating areas. I don't know why I lack so bad in DIY recipes, but let's move on to the next area. And the next area is the Nook's Cranny area, and right here is where my crafting area is, and I honestly really love it. I just wish I could change the right side a little bit. I want to add different stuff there, but I don't know what. I also put a pipe to my house back here because I need access to my storage and stuff, so that's where that is hidden. But let's move back to the front of the Nook's Cranny, and I'm actually so proud of how this turned out. When you look down, you can see the windmill and the wheat in the background, and I think it just looks absolutely perfect. I think I did really well with the cliff in the background, and all of the little flowers here, it just looks very overgrown and whimsical. And don't worry, I also added Beetle to the build. I know he's usually at the stables, and I love him so much. So there's his little area right there. But I'm honestly so proud of how this turned out. I really love the layering of the cliff in the background and the country fences. It just all ties in so nicely together. Now it is time to show you what's behind Nook's Cranny. So I made a little log staircase right here, and then I made this stone arch, and that's going to be an entrance to a village later. But moving on, down here we have this little wheat field and well, and I think it looks so adorable. I love how the wheat fields are down here and then the regular crops are up on the other cliff, but over here by this windmill we have even more wheat and a little scarecrow. I thought he was so cute. But let's go up on this cliff now, and here's all the rest of the crops we have. I honestly didn't really know what to decorate with, and I think I did pretty good on the decorating part of this section. But let's go down the cliff and talk about this stone arch right here. Now, like I said, it is an entrance to a village. But I'm gonna let y'all guess which village I'm gonna be building next. So comment down your guess below and I'll let you know next time if you get it right. After I finished decorating and terraforming, I decided to go back 2 days later and celebrate Halloween on Animal Crossing. I was very sick in real life, so I was really happy to do this. So I got my Halloween costume on, which was Zelda, and I rushed to the town plaza. This was also my first Halloween experience on Animal Crossing New Horizons. I usually just time travel through the day, or I just don't really celebrate on here, so I was really excited to do it. it. I ended up getting a bunch of DIY recipes from a lot of my villagers, and I ended up being tricked by Jack. But besides all that, I had a very fun and safe Halloween night, and I hope y'all did too. Let me know down in the comments what y'all dressed up as also. I love seeing everyone's Halloween costumes. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate all of you.